Good morning and welcome to Coffee with Alain. We're going to talk a little bit about the new movie F1 starring Brad Pitt. I went and saw that Friday night and really enjoyed it. So I want to talk a little bit about it today. Not going to give spoilers, but do want to share a little bit about the film and why I had a great time watching it. Appreciate everybody that joins. Appreciate everybody's comments. Appreciate everybody who listens to the replays later or the podcast. Thank you to everyone. Be sure to go to enjoylifesafely.com, download one or more of those free guides to keep you safe. You'll also get the newsletter that goes out every Sunday. Been working on that. I'm going to finish it up and send it out later today. Information to help keep you safe. Defend yourself if you have to. Enjoy life and be exceptional. So you can get all of that stuff at enjoylifesafely.com. Make sure you do that. So let's talk about this movie, F1 with Brad Pitt. Bottom line, it is a thrilling, edge-of-your-seat race movie. If you like race movies, which I do, and there's just something about a good race movie, that can have you on the edge of your seat, the thrills and the turns and with the race car. And that's where this movie really shines. It's a basic story. You have the old race car driver that has a troubled past. You got the new, young, cocky upstart driver, and they're sort of put together to see if they can get this failing F1 Formula race car team to do a little bit better and succeed. So, it's an old plot, pretty basic, but the way it's done is just a lot of fun. You have Brad Pitt as the older race car driver, and he brings that cocky swagger, charisma to everything he does, and it's just sort of fun to watch him. If you like Brad Pitt, you're going to like him in this. He does that role well. You got Damson Idris, the young, cocky race car driver, did really well in that part. I haven't seen him much lately. He's a younger actor, but I liked him in this role. He played that cocky young driver well. And then, you have Joseph Kosinski directing it. He did Top Gun Maverick. So what do you expect? He did with the planes, with the race cars in this movie. So that was just excellent. The cinematography, the filming, the way they film those cars, making you think you're right in there with them. That was where this movie really shines, along with the awesome soundtrack and score, which was helmed by Hans Zimmer, a master of the craft. How many movies has he done? He's phenomenal. And the soundtrack and score that went along with those race cars and so forth just was in your face, pulsating, edge of your seat. That's where the movie shines. And that's what made the 2.5 hours go by pretty fast. The movie went by fast, just like the race cars were going by fast. And that's what was most enjoyable about this. Want to say good morning to Jay and good morning, Vicky. Appreciate you guys being here. And then Dixon said, how does it stack up against Ford versus Ferrari? Both great action race car movies. I guess a big difference is Ford versus Ferrari, which I really enjoyed as well, was more based on an actual event kind of thing. And so it had more of a different story, where this movie, the story is pretty basic. We've seen it before. The older driver with a checkered past coming in to sort of mentor the newer, cocky driver. And it's a little predictable in places, but the fun is in the driving. And they actually went to a number of F1 races around the world, and you get to see those actual tracks, and they did some of the filming at those locations. The Las Vegas location, which I remember I was there at the SHOT Show when they were doing the construction, getting prepared to have that first F1 in Vegas, which they did a couple of years ago. That was in there. other countries' F1 tracks were in there. So that was sort of fun. So comparing them, the story, Ford versus Ferrari, might have been a little better story, and it was based on the real thing, where this story, a little predictable. We've seen it before, but it was just done really well. I mean, and it was just a lot of fun. And, I like those stories with the older rebel, troubled guy coming in to help the younger person. Those are fun stories. They're uplifting. So it was just an enjoyable movie, even if it was a little predictable. The cast did a great job. Everybody did really well in it besides Brad and Damson. And just the better drink some more coffee. I need a race car cup of coffee for this morning, but it was just fun to watch. So that's my take on the movie. I'm going to get off here and head up the mountain with Rocky so I can get back and work on the course and get the newsletter sent out today. So I hope everybody has a sensational Super Sunday, and I will see you tomorrow.